So, Josh,
Yes.
want to get into thumbnail of the show?
Let's get into it.
What are the most overrated things ever?
Oh, man.
We're going to piss some people off.
We're going to really
As opposed to every other show we do.
Yeah, no. Very.
We're just wallflowers
Just
and
totally fine.
just fucking floofing people.
Yeah, I already know my first one's not going to sit well with some people. Well, okay. I think some people are going to think I'm just a hater, but it's...
Why you gotta be such a hater?
Anyway, like, I don't totally hate this person, but Billie Eilish. And
Billie, I'm sorry, who?
Billie Eilish. I don't know if you've heard of her.
I've never even...
Oh,
I
man.
have no idea who Billie
You're
Eilish
so
is.
old. No. So she is a 17-year-old musician
Okay.
who kind of projects this image of trying to be as edgy as possible for 2019, basically.
So what, she misgendered somebody by accident?
So she has a very large following amongst like a lot of high school teenagers.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say
especially.
forehead, but whatever.
Large,
I just
she has a large
I just looked
forehead.
at her.
Oh,
She does,
okay.
man.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really rising to popularity, especially with her new album that came out, I don't know, a few months ago, I think. It's called,
It's emo, right?
I don't know. You know what? It's really different. And so while like I think that she's really overrated because I don't think that it's that great. Like it's not bad, but it's not that great. She's like exploding and I'm like, well, I mean like okay, she's fine, but she's not like that great. So the one thing that I can kind of appreciate about her album is that like no song sounds like that. Like she really has her own style.
I gotta be
with
honest
the
with
way
you,
she
I'm
does
kind of
it.
intrigued.
Yeah, you should check it out at least. I think the part that like I don't really like is that like it feels like she's trying to be edgy. Because she's just like, oh yeah, like, oh, Nirvana and stuff. Oh shit. Oh man, it's edgy and stuff.
Well, I mean,
No,
but
no,
so
no.
is every fucking high school teenager. Which,
Well, yeah, that's true. So, I mean, like, I can't really hate on her. You know, like, she's 17, so I mean, like, I can't. Because, like, some people are like, ugh, bleh, bleh, and I'm like, okay, like, she's a high school girl. Like, you need to calm down, Mr. 40-year-old on the internet, you know? But, like,
I don't think
chill the
40-year-olds
fuck out.
know who the fuck Billie Eilish is.
No, yeah. Some do, some don't. But, like, you know, it's one of those things where, like, it's popular to like her, but it's also popular to also not like her.
Well, that's
So-
the same with every pop star
Yeah.
ever. You know,
Yeah.
just like Justin Bieber, it's cool to hate him. Miley Cyrus, it's cool to hate her. You know,
Yeah. I think the Miley Cyrus one has kind of shifted. I think people think
kinda-
she's cool now.
I'm kind of going the other way.
With Miley?
I'm
Yeah.
kind of turning the other cheek.
Mm.
Now that she's divorced and got a shot again, you know,
Just like, hell yeah.
she smokes weed. You
Yeah.
know, she has a robot. There's a lot of things I like about her.
Right?
You know,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with one that's gonna piss you off.
Oh, okay.
I think Popeyes is overrated.
Oh, dude, no.
I think
Popeyes is the best.
I think Popeyes
So good.
is just okay. What? Like seriously, like Popeyes is nowhere near as good as KFC used to be back in the day. Nowhere near as good
Take
as
that
it used
shit
to be.
back.
Yeah, no, I stand by it. Yeah, I know.
KFC sucks. KFC
I mean,
is
KFC
the,
sucks now. Back in the day,
I feel like it's the same.
no.
I feel like it hasn't
no,
changed.
No.
I feel
no.
like
That's
we just
some
finally
bullshit.
here in Canada we finally got Popeyes. It's finally spreading, finally. So we just got one where we live and it was like exciting. It was like holy shit, something other than
people lose their
KFC.
fucking mind, but it's like it's all right. Honestly, I think Mary Brown's is better than fucking Popeyes. Yeah, I do.
Heresy.
It's really good.
Heresy.
Really good chicken.
Are you
It's really
fucking
good.
serious?
No, you're fucking. you
Mary
guys are
Brown's
like-
is the worst.
she's fucking great.
I went there like twice and it was shit both times. I fucking hate Mary Brown's.
Why? Because it didn't have a fucking
awful.
13 hype men
No, it's,
outside?
no, it just doesn't taste good.
good.
No, it's terrible.
It's fine.
Awful.
It's great.
No way.
Mary Brown's better than KFC.
No.
Yeah,
Mary Brown's is the worst of all of those.
I disagree.
No.
KFC,
I disagree with your
KFC
disagree.
back in the day used to be better than Popeyes ever was. Popeyes is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but like everybody talks about, like it's the greatest fucking thing in the world. You eat it, I'm like, all right.
Well, it's cheaper, which is nice. It's way less greasy, which I
That's
really
true.
like.
That's true.
Love that about it. Is that like it's crispy and it's not so fucking dripping in grease. Like, and the chicken is more tender. I feel like it's just softer. You know, like it's not as chonky. As KFC's. I find.
I don't know. I've never tested it.
I also like
Never
that.
like, how's the chunk there, Colonel?
I also like that you can get two sides, so you can get like chicken with like macaroni and cheese and either like a salad or fries and then like a little biscuit. I don't know, like it's different. It's cool. I like I haven't eaten at KFC since Popeyes has been here. I don't go to KFC.
Like
at all.
I said, like KFC used to be really good, like back in the day, but like they fucking did something, man, and it just the quality just went downhill. But let me tell you something, like none of them was ever as good as KFC used to be. And like they're talking about like they're the new fucking Colonel. I'm like,
I don't know, man. I think Popeyes is coming for KFC. I honestly think so.
Right now, they are.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
I'm saying, like, you got to stretch to reach the heights of that mantle.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
it's like Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson's the best late-night show in the history of the world. But, like, people are coming for his throne, you know?
yeah,
Popeyes is coming, but they're not quite
yeah,
at where Carson was.
yeah. It's like Ovechkin and Gretzky, you know? Right back to hockey. Austin's like, fuck.
Ovechkin's
But-
not going to catch. None of them are going to fucking catch Gretzky.
Ovechkin has a shot. Whether he will or not is a different thing. He's about 230 goals behind Gretzky.
It's never going to fucking happen, dude.
It could. He's scored at least 50 goals in every season except for like 2.
So that's, what, 5 years?
So yeah, if he just maintains,
5, yeah, 5.
he doesn't even have to score more. He just has to maintain his goal production for the next few years.
How old is Ovechkin?
He's 33 or 34. So I
maybe.
mean, he
Maybe.
could. I feel like he will likely not, but
yeah.
he could. He has time if he maintains his pace. Whether he will or not is kind of
It's
the
a hell
question.
of a pace to maintain, man.
Because he's had like 630 goals, and Gretzky's was like 890 or something
Is
like
he
that.
second?
No, he's 13th.
Because here's the thing: is how I talk about hockey is I listen to what you say, and then I say it to the other old dudes, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a solid opinion." I'm like, "I know," and I said that, and the old dudes are like, "You're fucking stupid," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay," because I can't defend myself with hockey.
You're like, oh, okay.
You know, so they disagree, and
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a jaunt to
Yeah.
get there, but hey,
Yeah. Oh,
maybe he could.
I mean, he could. Will he? I would say likely not. So my next one is losing your virginity. Just wait. I need to explain this one. So losing your virginity is great. So that's not the part that I think is overrated. What I think is overrated is all the hype and build up to it.
Uh-huh.
You know, like it has to be with someone special that
Well,
you're
that's-
gonna
that's
love
what
and love and love.
Catholic fucking school teach you.
Especially Catholic school,
You
for
know.
sure. And I mean, like, I don't know, but like after you have it, you're like, oh, you know, all this hype and, you know, like it's over with. But like it sort of clears your head a bit because sort of before you're just like, oh man, like this might be my
That's
chance to get laid. This might be
literally
my chance
all
to
you
get
think
laid.
about.
That's literally all you think about. And then it happens and you're like, oh, huh. You know, like, so then like
Yeah.
it just kind of changes things. You sort of feel like you can like have a platonic female friends without always being like, huh, maybe she'll have sex with me. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd say most guys think that anyways,
I would
but it's not to
agree.
the same degree than
That's
if
true.
you were a virgin.
But you know what the best part about losing your virginity?
What's that?
It's saying that you lost your virginity.
That's true.
That's the best thing. It's just like, yeah. And you're like, I'm a man. You know?
I'm a
Like,
man.
the second you lose your virginity, you walk out, at least for dudes. I'm sure it's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like walking their chest out like they're the biggest shit, even though they
Yep.
didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, I think 99% of times people who lost their virginity is fucking awful.
Yeah. Well,
Because
like,
you don't know what you're doing. You gotta get back in there and sweat it out.
yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah, go back to the drills.
Exactly.
You know?
Because, yeah, like, even if you're with someone who's experienced, you're going to be awful.
Well,
you might have a good time, but you're going to be awful. That's just a fact. No
you
one.
don't know what you're doing.
You
You're
don't know.
You're feeling so many different things.
You don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's,
so
that's a,
yeah,
that's a
that's
clever
my
one.
thing. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to say something sacrilegious for Canadians. Celine Dion.
I'm not going to fight you on that one. That's true.
I think Celine Dion's held up as this like pinnacle of music. Name me 3 songs she's done.
Mm-hmm.
I could name My Heart Will Go On and what the hell is it? It's All Coming Back to Me Now. But I can only name It's All Coming Back to Me Now because fucking Meatloaf does a better version of that song. Like, it's just like she's held up as like this Canadian jewel, and like I said, fucking Anne Murray could take her to the curb. She
Yeah.
could step on her fucking face and like burn her with a cigarette because Murray takes no shits.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll fight anybody. Anne Murray's awesome. Still awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking great. I will say this though, sucks that everybody she's ever known and loved died within a week of each other.
Oh, yeah.
but,
that,
you know,
I remember that. That's
I think she's just tremendously overrated.
Oh, so overrated. Yeah, like I feel like it's more of the Canadian media that holds her up to a standard because I feel like a lot of Canadians are like, who the fuck cares about Celine Dion? Well, especially here, like in the Western Canada.
Well,
but
maybe
like,
it's more of a Quebec thing.
yeah, but I feel like most Canadians honestly just don't really care that much about Celine Dion, contrary to what I think most Americans think is. Yeah, we in general do not really give that much of a shit about Celine Dion. She is tremendously overrated.
I would concur.
My next one, like I'm picking at some low-hanging fruit here, but
Balls.
pumpkin spice latte.
It's funny. I was thinking about putting that on mine too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I know that that's an obvious one, but it
tastes-
doesn't make it any less true.
It tastes
I
fine,
don't
but
know.
I don't think
It tastes good.
I need to say something about pumpkin spice lattes because every motherfucking year we had the same goddamn conversation. Oh, well, look at that. Starbucks' pumpkin spice latte is back. Have you tried the pumpkin spice latte, Jan, or whoever the hell I'm sitting across? Well, yeah, I have, and I either like it or dislike it. Oh, that's crazy. Well, you better get it soon. Do you know how many fucking times we have to have, as a people, the same fucking archaic conversation? Is it early? Is it too early? And speaking of which, this year, let's just not have the conversation after Remembrance Day. The fucking Christmas decoration's not going up. Let's just not have that conversation. We know it's too fucking early. It's been too fucking early the last 10 fucking years. Let's move on as a fucking people. And these motherfuckers with their fucking pumpkin spice latte. The amount of fucking lectures, Josh. The amount of fucking lectures. Oh, hey, we can't do that because you're mentioning a product. They're not paying us money. They're not paying us money. The amount of fucking free advertising the fucking pumpkin spice latte people get from not only just one radio station, television station, whatever, but everywhere. In the whole goddamn world. They're talking about Australia. They don't have fucking pumpkin spice lattes in Australia. They burned them all for fuel years ago. But no, we have to talk about it every fucking fall. Why are we talking about the leaves? No, fucking pumpkin spice lattes. It's bullshit. It's a fucking affront to humanity. It must be stopped.
I think I found Austin's trigger warning.
But you want to know why I'm so angry about
wow.
this? Is because it's years of me yelling about the same fucking thing. And they keep fucking doing it. Every goddamn year.
And it's going to happen next year.
It's going to happen next year. Be the change you want to see. Stop talking about it.
Just stop.
Great latte, but fucking Jesus Christ.
I think it just comes down to a seasonal thing because, like, it's good, but not that good. But, like, I think people like it because it just reminds them of Halloween. Like, it's like eggnog and Christmas, you know?
How dare you?
I love eggnog, but, like, if you have eggnog in April, you're like, well, no.
Well,
you know?
I mean,
this is a Christmas thing, you know what I mean? Like,
it's that we have to have the same fucking conversation every goddamn year.
yeah. Yep. All right. I don't think we need to elaborate anymore on that. In case you didn't get that, they're overrated. So I believe it's your go if you got any energy left.
Steve Martin. I think Steve Martin is held up as
Steve
one
Martin.
of these great comedians. And keep in mind, I've never listened to the old Steve Martin stuff. Maybe it's amazing, but like every time I'll try Steve Martin, I'm like, oh, this is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Maybe you had to be there at the time, but like people hold Steve Martin as like this pillar of comedy, and I'm like, I can name you fucking 10 fucking funnier people than Steve Martin.
I think Steve Martin is like Andy Kaufman, where you sort of had to be there. Because like I've seen stuff like of Andy Kaufman, and like I want to like it more than I do. You know what I mean? Like, I can appreciate what his comedy was, but like it doesn't hold the same thing to me as it does to other people. Because like I've seen some older Steve Martin stuff, and like he's quite talented.
I'm not saying he's not talented.
He's very expressive. Oh yeah, no, for sure. He's very expressive.
I don't
but
even
like,
dislike Steve Martin. I just like when Letterman talks about how he's the greatest comic ever. I'm like, but you're better than he is.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
like,
kind of how I view it. Or like Jon Stewart or Bill Burr or whomever or Seinfeld. I'm like, all the people who think he's great, I think are probably better than he is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he's very much held in high regard, you know, like in the comedy world.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't get it, but I think it's got to be for a reason.
Sure,
and,
I'm sure
you know,
it is.
But yeah, they were all there for that, and, you know, we weren't.
100%.
So yeah, I feel like we just missed out on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So my next one is high school/college. And here's why. Not attending. You should attend. But look at me go again with the pressure, though. I'm just like, oh, it's about the pressure. So it's kind of about the pressure
Hey, Josh,
of
what's
like,
holding you back?
fuck, really? It's kind of more of, you know, people go, oh, high school is supposed to be the time of your life. And it's like, man, like if high school is the time of your life, you know, like shit, you know?
Here's the thing. Is high school is great if you're popular.
No,
you know? And it is the thing that will drive you into success if you're a loser.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Is just spite and just wanting to rub it in people's noses. You know? I think if Bill Gates was popular, he probably wouldn't have achieved half the things he did.
Well, exactly.
You know?
It's so true. He wasn't focused on that. He was focused on, you know, on building a PC. So
yeah. I mean, like, and I'm going to be vague about how I talk this, but when I was on the radio, came back home, me, you, and a couple of friends were at a bar, and this one guy walked by, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm on the radio, and what are you doing? And my thing was better than what his thing was.
Yeah.
And God, it felt fucking good.
That's awesome.
Because you know what? I was a punchline for all these fucking people. I was the loser. They fucking faggot every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if that word offends you, but I was called it every fucking day, so I get to fucking say it.
Yep.
You know, the shit that they fucking did to me. And I still, to this day, is a fucking burning passion. I want to fucking beat all of those motherfuckers so I can rub it in their fucking face. Honest to God, feel that way. And man, I'm very aggressive this episode. But like, seriously, it is a burning thing within me. And I think a lot of people who were laughed at or mocked, or you get what I'm saying, kind of have that, you know, kind of have that kind of push. Whereas the popular people are fucking every 2 seconds. They didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure they had a great time, you know?
Yeah.
But it didn't give maybe those people the same drive to succeed.
Yeah.
You know? Not that I'm a fucking huge success now, but...
Well, no, hey, but
you know
what I mean?
But that's why you subscribe, because 1,000 episodes we get stoned and then fucking do something else. Make more cool shit.
Exactly.
Help me rub it into my fucking asshole bully former colleagues.
Exactly.
Faces. I'd appreciate it. But anyway, high school is overrated.
Yeah, no, high school's overrated. You know, like, especially when you're in high school, you can't really imagine life without school. So, like...
You're institutionalized.
So, like, if you're popular, you know, you're off fucking partying, having a good time, then life hits you as soon as you graduate, and you're like, well, that's it for school, you know, if I want it to be. And it's like, you're on your own now. There's no such thing as popular anymore. You're just a person in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no popular kids club that hangs out, you know, in like life. You know what I mean? Like that, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. High school and college isn't the greatest part of life, or maybe it shouldn't be, or it shouldn't be held up as the pinnacle of life.
No, for sure.
I guess it's the pinnacle of life if you let it be.
If that's how you want it to be. I mean, you know, I know people who, like, it was legitimately their peak, and, you know, like, that sucks because, you know, 20s and 30s are like
honestly,
your prime years.
I think it depends on certain aspects. You know, my mom said something to me. She says, in terms of my career, I think I'm the strongest I've ever been. And she's in her 50s. And I think professionally, you get stronger as you grow older.
Oh, for sure.
I think you're probably the wisest, probably in I don't know, probably your 40s, probably 50s, 40s, you know. I think there's different eras, and you're going to have certain growth spurts in those certain areas.
Yes, very
true.
true.
So,
yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah,
man,
very
I'm
true.
fired up today. Man.
I know. Well,
Josh is like, yes, today.
I'm
Just
almost-
one time.
yeah. Oh, this is new to me. Yes. What? No.
Yes.
Well, I'm almost scared to say, but your next one?
We might fight about this one. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, no. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
I think Jimmy Fallon is likable. I think he comes up with creative games.
I really like his
Actually,
games.
I think he's a decent impressionist. But, like, you know, The Tonight Show, I think, frankly, the guy who should be driving that bus is Conan. I think
Yep.
Conan's far more talented than he ever is.
Yep.
I think he's fake. I'm tired of every fucking interview, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who knows what that guy fucking really feels or means or thinks? Because
Yeah.
that's not who he is. You can tell.
He always just kind of repeats the last thing they say, and then he laughs all the time. Yeah, like, if you ever watch a show, seriously, I cannot notice it anymore. He's had a couple of human monologues, which have been, like, cool. But like, other than that, he's like if BuzzFeed could choose, like, a late night
That's a
host.
fucking
You know what I
really-
mean?
Oh, dude, you
Like-
fucking nailed it. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that show honestly belongs to Conan.
Yep.
And, you know, Leno fucking ripped it out of him. And then they went with a guy who's not as talented as Conan is. You know?
Yep.
And it's a fucking shame, because I would really have liked to see what that show could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't hate him, but I tell you what, beyond the odd clip, I'm not really interested. You know, I'm
No.
not a fucking fan. You know?
Yep, me neither, honestly.
At least Kimmel's kind of quirky, like, you know?
I've grown to like Kimmel over the years, honestly.
You know, but like, it's the odd clip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think where Colbert excels the most is he's kind of like Dad. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if something horrible goes on, I want to be consoled by Colbert.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, I think he's very good at that. You can make arguments that the show's too political. I think you can argue that quite fairly. But I think that kind of Papa Bear kind of, we're just going to listen to Stephen Colbert and it's going to make it okay. I think that's probably the benefit of his show.
Yeah, like, I think you really hit the nail on the head there. And, like, he should console the nation. Someone's gotta.
And in the era of Trump, somebody's got to be like, hey, you're not, like he even said, that's the theories of the show. It's like the things you feel, you're not crazy for feeling them. They're saying that all these things are lies. They're not.
Yep.
You know, so.
Exactly.
All right, what's yours?
All right. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And
People love that game.
I know. And I think it's overrated.
Why is it overrated?
Too much of the fucking ships.
But that's what people like.
And it's the thing that I hate about the game. So that's why I think it's overrated.
Okay. I guess that would be fair.
People love that game. Maybe like I haven't played through enough of it, but like I'm about like halfway through the game, and I just
already had it with the ships.
Yeah, there's just too much ship battling. Like trying to fucking turn the ship around is so hard because it's like fire, and then like of course like each ship keeps sailing against direction, so you have to like turn, but it doesn't turn like a car. You gotta fucking sail turn around, and there was just too much ship warfare. I love the shanties, loved it, fucking love the shanties.
Love the pirate songs.
I loved it
Did
so
they
much.
do yo ho, a pirate's life for me?
No, they didn't. No.
What the fuck's the point of having shanties if you're not gonna do that one?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Too mainstream.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah. I actually haven't played much Assassin's Creed actually since Black Flag.
I somehow own like all of them, and I've played like half of one.
Yeah. Have you played Brotherhood? That's like peak Assassin's Creed.
You want to know what happened is I played a lot of 2, and I got to Venice, and I fell into the water for roughly about the 100,000th time, and I put it down, and then I lost my save, and I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those games that I mentally should like, but I just, for whatever reason, I just haven't gotten into it, but maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
I think Mickey Mouse is overrated.
Really?
An entire empire has been built on Mickey Mouse, and I think his cartoons are average at best. I think Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes, bar none, are better than the whole Mickey Mouse shows ever were.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the reason Disney is successful is not because of Mickey Mouse, it's because they made other shit. I mean, the thing I like Mickey Mouse the most from is like that House of Mouse show they did on Disney Channel when we were kids.
Yeah.
He's like hosting the thing or whatever, and I thought he was pretty good. And I like Mickey Mouse. Like I like him. He's cheerful. He's jolly. Great mascot. But tell me a funny Mickey Mouse joke.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, no, people don't know Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was more of like a pioneer because it was like the first big animated cartoon. So like it was a big deal at the time. And so they kind of ran with it, and then they started making like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella, like and shit like that. So then it just
Bang, bang, bang.
So yeah, like it just
Kept going.
yeah, exactly. So then Disney just kind of kept on making cool shit. So like they've incorporated Mickey Mouse into everything, but like as a cartoon, yeah, it's
I mean,
like,
just honestly,
absolutely.
just as a
Yeah,
character,
just,
like
yeah.
he's this giant, but frankly, I think the things that he's inspired far outclass anything he's ever done.
I totally agree with that. They've done bigger stuff, and
And like I'm a big Disney fan, but like it just doesn't light my ass on fire.
me neither, honestly.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So my next one, people love. I don't even not like him. I just think he's overrated. Kevin Hart.
I haven't watched his stand up. I don't really know.
I've seen his stand up. Like it's funny. I do enjoy his stand up,
Yeah.
but he's just in everything, and he's everywhere, and like he's on so many talk shows, he's judges on shows. He might be the biggest stand-up comedian right now.
He is.
He sells out like 80,000 people stadiums, like massive fucking
Yeah,
stadiums.
no,
he's huge,
unquestionable.
and like he's a great entertainer. He's very funny, but to me, he's not selling out an $80,000 stadium funny. I don't know. People go absolutely nuts for him, and
Honestly,
I don't know.
that spot deserves to go to Dave Chappelle.
Oh, fuck
I think
yeah.
Dave Chappelle is easily the funniest guy going right now. He's exactly what this world needs right now. We need a straight talker, taking on crazy people on the left and crazy people on the right. And he's just so fucking good. And this controversy about Dave Chappelle, we missed this in the last one. I didn't even think about the abortion joke. Have you seen his new special?
I actually still have not. But
Jesus Christ, dude.
I know.
What the fuck are you doing?
I know.
Fucking singing chanties. Can't even watch Dave Chappelle?
No, I know.
Jesus.
Son
Really
of a
good. But
bitch.
essentially, the jokes that people are mad about is abortion. So what he said is that I believe that it's a woman's right to choose. Fellas, we gotta stay out of it. It's a woman's right to choose. However, if it's a woman's right to choose, then it is my choice to ban the kid. If you can kill this motherfucker, I can leave him. But it's an excellent point.
I mean, it's kind of an interesting point, though.
But we can't have that debate because this issue has been decided by the left. But you don't win an argument by not having it.
Well, that's kind of it.
You want to have a debate on the issues, have a debate on the issues, but you can't get mad every time somebody makes a point you don't like.
This is kind of the problem that I've been having with the left a lot.
And I shouldn't say the left, but like the far left.
Particularly, the far left.
The fringes.
Is any argument that they don't like, they make their side seem like a human right or some kind of issue that cannot be argued because it's a human right or because it's this.
And if you disagree, then you are
hate
racist or sexist
exactly.
or whatever.
You're deplorable if you don't
worst.
agree with this, which is
They're just
which
narrowing.
Is not a way.
They're just narrowing and narrowing and narrowing the circle. It's like that vegan lady, just narrowing and narrowing and narrowing the circle. And next thing you know, there's 3,000 people at your fucking door, I guess in your eyes, murdering animals.
Yeah, and you know what? You can be friends with people who you disagree with politically.
Yeah.
It's possible.
You know, me and Josh don't agree on everything.
I mean, we're pretty close politically.
We're pretty close, but you get what I'm saying. Is there's things that we disagree on.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But we just talk about the 10,000 things we agree on.
Well, there was a guy I used to work with roofing. We were like tight.
You're a roofing bros.
Like, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. You know, like it's just me and him, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we used to get sent away to do like side projects and stuff together, and I'm like, hell yeah. You know, like we were like a team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he watches like a lot of Fox News, so he was like super big into Trump, which is actually really funny because during the primaries, he was like, huh, some people are voting for him. Huh, isn't that weird? Huh, what an idiot.
And then he gets a nomination.
And then he wins the nomination.
Yeah,
and then he's like, oh yeah, Trump. I'm like, that's not what you said in the primaries, but okay. But,
well, that's not what a lot of people
yeah,
said.
no. So, you know, he essentially echoes everything Fox News says, basically. And so I obviously disagree with him. But like, yeah, we were really close because like at the end of the day, he was a good person. Because like I don't even necessarily believe that he like deeply believes these things. I think these are just things that he thinks.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's very interesting to me that the party of diversity does not like diversity of thought.
Oh, that is
true.
Fucking oh. Holy. Oh, dude, I love that. Dude, that should be a fucking like damn.
Well, you know what?
Should be a campaign slogan for Republicans. Like, damn.
Don't get me started on them.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Oh, no,
on
I
them.
know.
I mean. Anyway, there's this song. It takes all kinds of kinds. You know, take a look at the American Constitution. What was that? That was a series of compromises. And Benjamin Franklin's like, listen, I don't agree with everything in this bill, but I'm sometimes wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The Canadian Prime Minister who defeated the World War I, guess what? That was a conservative. Guess who beat the Nazis in World War II? That was a liberal. Both sides take turns in the steering wheel. Both have done great things, you know, in this history of this country and in the history of this world. Sometimes conservatives will have their day. Sometimes liberals will have their day. There are certain issues that conservatives are right on, and there are certain issues that liberals are right on. Don't pick a team. Look at something, analyze, and think, what do you think? And then go with the one who's closest to your opinion on it. You know?
Yeah. You really have to be open to new ideas, and you have to be open to compromise or admitting that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Or that you changed your mind about it or something like that.
I mean,
you know,
like I've changed my mind on a ton of things.
Oh, totally.
You know, I used to be anti-gay. Why was I horribly anti-gay? Because I deep down I'm bi, right? Like I had these feelings and I had to push them down. And how did I do that? I did that by hating the thing that I saw in myself.
Yeah.
You know? And there's a bunch of things like that, or there's a bunch of things that you don't understand at the time, and then you get new information, and then you're like, oh, okay. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and every person should be allowed to grow.
Yeah.
You know, what do you want? Oh, they don't disagree, so they'll stop, and then that's it forever. You know, everybody's so quick to just chuck everybody else on the cross.
Yeah.
You know, right?
It's true.
Or you get what I'm saying? Crucify people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Throw people under the bus.
Just disregard these people because of this one thing.
Yeah. You know, it's not a way to have an argument.
Most people are good. And we got to remember that. Like, seriously, it's a Kenny Chesney song, but most people deep down are good. You know, I mean, there are some people who have been so damaged by society that hate and lash out, and you just have to pity those people. But 99% of people just want to live in peace, do their own thing. That's really all they want to do.
Exactly.
And once we can all just, conservatives, liberals, you know, whatever you want to be, as long as we could just all realize that all people fundamentally are coming from that place, then you can get something done. But when one person hates freedom and hates a country or is undermining it, or the other person's, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you can't start from that place.
Yep.
And I'm certainly not perfect. I yell about a lot of shit too. So, you know, but like, we got to look for the best in people, or at least we got to try. It's one of those things that's constantly evolving. You know?
Yeah.
Or you're constantly
Yeah.
renewing that every day.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
some days you'll have better days than others. Some days you won't. But you got to keep trying.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
exactly.
that concludes my TED talk. And
Strive to be better.
yeah. Okay. I think you're not gonna agree with this. I don't think you're gonna like it. I think The Dark Knight is overrated.
Oh, yeah. I do disagree. Yeah.
I think The Dark Knight is a good movie. I don't think it's the best Batman movie. I think
So-
Dark Knight Rises is just a better movie. And don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. I like this movie. It's a great comic book movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of the reason that it's held up the way it was is it's the last performance of Heath Ledger. Like, he died before it was done, right? So it kind of had that, like, people were already kind of anticipated to go into the theater, right? And it's like, I just like The Dark Knight Rises better. I just do. I think it's a more interesting story, but like kind of Gotham rising up and like, doing that.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they broke Bruce Wayne as a character. Anne Hathaway in a cat suit's a fucking treat. You know,
Yeah.
like, I just thought it was a better full movie. And I know that's not the popular opinion. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a great movie. But out of the Dark Knight trilogy, I mean, it's probably better than Batman Begins, but not by much. Like, I really like Rises.
I love that whole trilogy.
It's a
but
great trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, none of these movies are bad.
Yeah, no.
Heath Ledger wasn't a great Joker. Is he the best Joker? No, that's Mark Hamill.
I mean,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, we'll see about Quentin. You know, maybe he can take it
Quentin.
from Mark. From the new Joker movie.
Oh,
Quentin Tarantino? Oh, no.
Quentin,
no,
I was
shit.
like,
jeez, what the fuck's
Joaquin
his name?
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah.
So let's see, maybe Joaquin will beat it, but
Yeah, he looks good. So I mean, we'll see. But like, yeah, because like I think Heath Ledger is the best live action Joker. But
it's either him or Nicholson.
Nicholson was good too.
Yeah.
I just really love how method Heath was too. Even like in the interrogation scene, he apparently told Christian Bale to slam him into the glass as hard as he could. Like, do not hold back, kind of thing. Like, his commitment to the roles showed so well. Like, it just transcended.
Joker
You
is
know,
a character
I
that you literally have to become insane to play.
Yeah, and
You literally have to turn that switch on in your head and just
you have to get into the mindset.
yeah, and that's what's so impressive about that. I can't wait for that fucking Joker. You want to see that movie? when it
I'm
comes out?
so excited.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck, that
Fuck,
movie looks
I'm
good.
so excited.
The second I knew that movie was gonna be good is like from that first trailer where it's like, I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I understand it's a comedy. I'm like, fuck, they did it.
Yeah, they know what
They
they're
did
doing.
it. They know what they're doing because
Yeah.
it's just like on paper it sounds like a horrible idea, but then you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
It's
So-
like, yeah, I know.
Oh, I can't.
That
I
trailer
can't
looks
fucking,
good,
Oh, I
so
can't wait for that
I'm
fucking
really
movie.
excited.
All of the trailers look good. Like, it's just, can't wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, roast me on the internet. My last one, a lot of people are going to get very mad.
Okay. So my last one, like I don't really have a lot to say about them other than it's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Overrated. I don't get it. Because like I know these people from Winnipeg who are huge fans of Toronto, and I'm like, but the Jets, you have a team now.
But here's the thing, is like, you got to remember from our parents' age, there's either two things you could be as a Canadian, a Habs fan or a Leafs fan.
That's true.
And that is the hardest boiled rivalry between all of the NHL. Probably, right? You'd say?
One of the number one rivalry is actually Boston-Montreal.
I was just about to say, just because of the Richard
it is
and all that.
so like it spans fucking decades, and it is bloody. It's even worse than the Maple Leafs and Habs one, which is also up there.
Yeah.
It'd be them, and yeah, like Edmonton, Calgary's up there too, and yeah, that's
I mean, here's the thing: is we're at least the same province, so we've had to learn to be civil to each other.
yeah,
Just because everybody knows a Flames fan,
Yeah.
everybody knows an Oilers
Yeah,
fan in
it's-
Alberta,
yeah.
so it's like,
because like at the end of the day though, like I'll cheer for an Alberta team, even if it's Calgary.
I'm the same way.
You know, because like I'll cheer for most teams over Calgary, but like if Calgary's the only Canadian team left or something like that, I'll be like, yeah,
And it's a
I'll
leap
hop
year.
on board the Flames train. I have no problem with cheering for the Flames,
Yeah.
but you know, come the regular season, you can go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No
You
free
know.
rides, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that too. I mean, I think it's just, we're the center of Canada. And it's just that lineage. Like,
Yeah.
because back in the day, they used to be. I mean, who has the most cups? It's Toronto or
Montreal's got the most cups.
Yeah.
And then I think it's like Boston and then like Toronto.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
something like that. Yeah.
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 So Toronto or Montreal are just the two hometown Canadian games, and then Boston and Montreal were the two good teams. That's why the rivalry is there.
Yeah.
So Josh, the internet's gonna be very upset at me
Oh boy.
because I'm taking aim at, according to probably the vast majority of the internet, the best video game of all time.
Oh, I think
You know what
I
I'm
already
gonna
know
say.
what it is.
The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is incredibly
You
overrated.
motherfucking piece of shit, motherfucker!
You haven't even played it.
I know. I don't have a dog in this fucking fight.
I understand that in 1994, when the game came out, or not whatever the fuck the year was, but it was in that ballpark, that a game like that has not existed. I understand that's a dope fucking story. I understand that young Link turning into adult Link is cool. I understand that. I think Sheik's fucking cool. I personally think that version of Ganon is the coolest thing ever. However, the gameplay, it doesn't age well.
No.
You know, the combat in Wind Waker is heads and tails better than the combat in Ocarina of Time. Like, it still feels staticky. Navi's like,
Yep.
hey, listen, hey, listen, hey, listen,
Yeah.
hey, listen. Like, even the up-res ports of the game still look fucking shitty. You know, I'm like, the game is a great game. What they did for the Zelda franchise and for video games in total can't be overstated.
Yeah.
You know, it is a very important game. Is it the best game ever? No. Is it the best Zelda game? No.
No.
It's not. You know, I haven't played Link to the Past. You can definitely make an argument of it. I understand why Link to the Past is held in such a high regard. And I also understand that gameplay-wise, it's actually probably would hold up better to this day than Ocarina of Time because of the style it was played. I think Breath of the Wild is a better Zelda game. I think The Wind Waker is a better Zelda game. I think you can make an argument for Twilight Princess.
Yep.
You know, I just think that it is unquestionably it's like bedrock for Zelda.
Yeah.
Is that game and just into what that franchise would be. And I think it's a very important game for gaming to make a 3D adventure like that. And I know that game has blown so many Gen Xers' minds.
Yep.
But to say it's the best game ever, like, there's so many fucking games that play and feel better than that game.
Oh, yeah.
And is it a cool adventure? Sure. By the way, let's stop talking about how wide and expansive Hyrule Field was. Seriously? It's not that big of a fucking map. Seriously. Like, it'd take you 5 minutes to go from one side to the other.
Oh,
And
really?
it's literally like the back of the map is the forest, and then like a little bit further, you go to the Gerudo, so where Ganon's from. Or over on like the right-hand side, like next to it's the Zoras. Then you got the Gorons, Hyrule, Lon Lon Ranch, and more fucking field. It's not that fucking crazy of a map, you know. I thought the time skip was cool, so like you go into Castletown and there's a bunch of Redeads everywhere. I thought that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's a cool game, and I love The Legend of Zelda. I do. But it is not the greatest game ever made.
No,
it's not.
It's not.
It's not. Was it a 10 out of 10 at the time? Absolutely. Groundbreaking. But the ground has been broken, and because that ground was broken, other games leaped over, you know. I think you can make a great argument that Breath of the Wild is the Zelda game to beat now.
You
know?
I would say so.
It's a game that got Josh into Zelda. Josh didn't give a shit about Zelda
That's
before.
true. That's true.
I'm a Wind Waker kid, and like unequivocally, the gameplay is better in the Wind Waker.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the feeling of fighting in the Wind Waker to me is perfect. And again, this is the Zelda I know, so whatever, right? But it's just like we've come a long way, and thank God it took those strides. But The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is not the best game ever made.
No.
You know, from a historic sense, incredibly valuable. Not the best game ever made. Do you need to play it? You probably should for like gaming history, but it, you know, like there's a bunch better games you could play.
Yeah.
You know. All right, guys.
Heavily
those are
overrated.
the most overrated things. Hey guys, Austin here. Hope you liked the thumbnail of the video. Things we thought were overrated. What do you think's overrated? Let me know in the comments. Just so you know, guys, we do have a full episode of the podcast, episode 8, The Coolest Losers, Marriage Vegans, and Clowns That Kill, or as I just like to call them, clowns. Really appreciate the support, guys. If you like the podcast, subscribe. 1,000 subscribers. Me and Josh pulling out the lighters, getting stoned on air. Gonna be a ton of fun. We'll see you guys next episode. Bye.